Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Yesterday, for a few hours, wasn't that long, it's maybe like 30 minutes, maybe less, I don't know. But for a little while yesterday, I actually tried to figure out when exactly I established this Roxy as me. So, if any of you happen to remember, I don't know why any of you would, but if any of you happen to remember when I first started using this Roxy as my, icon doll that I always used to talk with, let me know, because I can't find it. Can't figure out when it was. I know I started collecting Bratz in 2021, so it couldn't have been before 2021. So yeah. Don't know if that narrows it down at all. I post a lot of videos. But anyway, today I wanted to ramble a little bit, mostly about, I want to ramble about my greatest flea market finds. I made a post about it on Instagram today and I showed some of them off and people have been sharing their stories in my comments, so feel free to share your best flea market story, thrift story, or whatever. Just any good doll find you're proud of. It could be non-doll related too. I'm a Sonic figure collector, for crying out loud. If you collect Sonic, tell me your best Sonic find. Please talk to me about Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm completely normal. But yeah, today I wanted to talk about some of my coolest little thrift finds. So, with that, let's get into it. I usually post thrift hauls when I find stuff, so you might remember that this Wedona is a thrift haul. I'm so good at talking. She's a thrift find, and I found her around my birthday weekend. On my birthday, actually. It was the day of my birthday. I went to a flea market and I found this doll. Was she overpriced? Yes, I paid $20 for her. It's not fun going to thrift stores that aren't my local one, or flea markets that aren't my local one. Actually, it is, but you know, sometimes you run into a crazy seller who wants way too much money for their stuff. Other times you get lucky and you get a complete Girls Really Rock Jade for $10. Same with Chloe. Okay, Chloe was nude actually and cost way less, but I had her stuff already, so we're counting it. Or a Frankie in the box for like $5. Yeah. These two are also recent flea market finds from the same seller, and so was this Yasmin. She's obviously incomplete, but I at least have her purse. I gotta get the rest of her stuff on AliExpress, though. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Some of my Bratz dolls are actually, thrifted. Yeah. Like Nona up here in the little cheetah print shawl. I found her at the thrift store. And, oh, right, my entire Tokyo A Go-Go line, half of it at least. These three I found at the flea market. They were actually one of my first major Bratz finds. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I definitely have other ones that I know I thrifted, but this Genie Magic Jade, the one in the purple top, yeah, that's one. I don't know if I have any more. Yeah, there's you. She's a flea market find as well, this Draculaura. She is actually the fashion pack version. I have the killer style version, but this is the fashion pack, the day at the mall one. Very nice find. She's really cute. But of course, these are all kind of basic things. Let me get into something a bit better. Class Chloe. I got this Class Chloe for $1 at the flea market. That would probably drive people crazy to know, considering the amount of money she sells for on Mercari. It's a disgusting amount. I don't even want to tell you. This Forbidden Love Draculaura was another of my flea market finds, and even though she's got a weird mechanism drilled through both of her legs and attached around her waist to keep her legs on, she was like $7, you know, that's a total, big W, massive W. But of course, I have plenty more thrift finds. You may be looking at these shelves wondering, what on these shelves did you thrift? Don't worry, impatient viewer, I'm gonna show you. Just calm down. But yeah, I'm gonna show you. So, in case you're not a long-time viewer of this channel, you're kind of new to it, I want you to look at this shelf and I want you to type down in the comments what doll on it you think is thrifted. Because trust me, it's not the ones you're expecting. There's multiple. There's let me look at this again, actually. 3. There's 3 dolls on this shelf that I thrifted. Alright, that's enough time to guess. The answers were basic Nephra. You see her right there? She's complete. She even has a ring. Did you even know this doll has a ring? Because she does. I only found out because I found her at the flea market like that. I think she's like $15. Might have been 12. I don't remember, but it was a really good price for her. And now you're probably wondering what the other 2 dolls are. Let me introduce you to my Scarah Screams and my Hoodude Voodoo. Scarah was $7 and Hoodude was $5, and I found them an entire year apart from each other. So Scarah's probably the most fun story. She's totally complete. Her hair is even styled the factory stock way, so I've never even touched it. I know some of you might think that's gross, like, ew, she's from the flea market. She was in a bag. She's totally clean. There's no dirt or dust on her. Maybe like a little on her bangs, actually. And the only stuff in her hair is this decayed rubber band that was holding this on, but she has plastic factory ties holding it on as well. Yeah, so the fun thing is that I always wanted Scarah. I always wanted to get her, but at the time, and this was expensive back then, Hoodude and Scarah would run for an average of 130 in their box together. And I didn't want to pay that because I was just a wee child. I couldn't afford that. That was way too much money. So one day I'm at the flea market. It was a couple weeks after I found Nephra, maybe 2 or so. And I just saw this doll sitting there, laying out on a table, and I was freaking out. And my dad was trying to get me to calm the hell down because he's like, they're going to charge more money if you're freaking out like this. And no, it didn't. It just made the vendor remember me. So I actually still visit that vendor every weekend. Me and my family go to the flea market together and we visit the same vendor. He's there every weekend. He's very nice. He asked for my YouTube channel link and I forgot to send it to him. But yeah, Scarah was $7 and I had her for an entire year before I found Hoodude and bought him and added him to my collection. So Hoodude was obviously from the same vendor that Scarah was from, but I found him a year later. You may be wondering why. He didn't realize that Hoodude was a Monster High doll. So Hoodude was kind of stuffed somewhere random in the store. One day I was digging around and I found him. He was in a plastic bag which shielded him from any dirt, which is good. It gets kind of dirty in that store sometimes. So guess how much he cost? I just want you to guess. Scarah was $7. How much do you think he costed? $5. He was $5. I got this Comic-Con set for $12. That was definitely my most surreal experience ever. I love them both so much. I'm honestly going to keep these dolls forever until the end of time. They're both so special to me. Obviously, everyone else on the shelf is special too. Like, how could I not love Valentine and Wisp? These two are so good. How could I not love Wodona? How could I not love Deadfast Ghoulia? But you know, like, those two are just so special because I found them at the flea market. That's crazy. I do have other flea market finds, such as my Forbidden Love Claude. I actually don't remember if he's the one I found at my local flea market or the one that I found. Okay, I've owned 3 Forbidden Love Claudes. One was from Facebook Market, one was from the flea market, my local one, and one's from the same flea market that I got this Toralei right here from, this one in the middle. Yeah, her. So, I don't remember which one I ended up keeping. I sold the Facebook Market one. I think I sold the one from my local flea market. Okay, so yeah, he's the one from far away, but he's cool. Unfortunately, he does have a minor chip in his eyebrow, though. I think I have some flea market dolls on this shelf, too. Yeah, 13 Wishes Abby. I got her in box from the flea market, and I unboxed her from the same Scarah and Hoodude vendor. My 13 Wishes Frankie back there, I actually got on the exact same day I got my Dawn of the Dance, not Dot Dead Gorgeous, Draculaura. So, yeah. I don't think anyone else on there is thrifted. But down on this shelf, 3 of the dolls are thrifted, and they actually all sit right next to each other. Cleo was from the flea market. I believe she was like $10. Claudine was from the flea market. She was around $7. And Draculaura was also from the flea market and also cost $7. She was also missing a ring for 4 years. Did I say ring? I meant shoe. She was also missing a shoe for 4 years until somebody DM'd me and said, hey, I have a shoe. Do you want me to send it to you? And they just mailed it to me in an envelope. I'm so glad she finally has a shoe, dude. My flea market guy actually had Frankie as well, so I could have gotten an original one instead of the reproduction. But you want to know why I turned it down and didn't get the original Frankie? Because she was also missing a shoe. That would have been like the easiest shoe to replace. I don't know why I didn't go for it. But behind this Frankie, I have another of my first few flea market finds, and it's my Picture Day Abby. She's pristine. Like, she's in such good shape. Her bangs are perfectly gelled onto her forehead. All of the pieces of tinsel are perfectly gelled on. It's pretty surreal, honestly. She was one of the first major ones I found. I believe I actually found her on the same day as my Dawn of the Dance Claudine and Nephra, according to a comment on my video. Thank you, Freddy's Dolls, for reminding me. And, oh yeah, she's a thrift find as well. I got her in the box and unboxed her. I don't regret it. I actually used to get a lot of inbox dolls from the vendor that I got my Scarah from, because his wife used to run the store, and she, the wife, would always have, like, inbox Monster High dolls. So I have the full Dot Dead Gorgeous 3-pack. I've got Abby, I've got Ghoulia, and I, of course, have Draculaura. I also have a Cleo. What Cleo is that? Ghouls-A-Rule Cleo in there. And she's fun, because I also got her in the box from the flea market. I also have this inbox Ghouls-A-Rule Claudine up there. Flea market. I keep some of my recent flea market finds on this shelf as well, such as my Ghouls Night Out Rochelle in complete condition, the G2 Basic Laguna, and these two customs that I found at the flea market. They're pretty awesome. I wish I knew the artist. If anyone recognizes this art style, like, please let me know. I've been trying to find the artist ever since I got them. Okay, this Draculaura back there, the fear-leading one, another flea market find. I actually think I found her on the same day as my Scarah. This Draculaura is another one of my flea market finds. For a G2 doll, she's gorgeous. And finally, another of my crown jewel flea market finds is my inbox 2010 Claudine. I know, she's not in the best condition. She's beat up. But I found her in 2021. I almost said 2010. I found her in 2021 for only $15, which is a good deal, even if she's beat up. Like, do you know how badly I wanted a 2010 Claudine in the box before this? And I have one for $15? That's nuts. That's crazy. That's bonkers. I feel like the luckiest person alive. Another recent thrift find of mine is actually this Gloom and Bloom Venus. She's not rare or anything, I just like her, and I'm happy I got her. She's cool. But yeah, basically all the best aspects of my collection typically come from the thrift store and the flea market and stuff. Mostly the flea market. I don't know what my flea market's made of, but I didn't remember any more of these that came from the flea market. Like, these were all from on the line. They're all from on the internet. Some other thrift finds on this shelf that I actually completely forgot to show you guys, like my basic Howleen back here with the orange hair. Found her at the same flea market that I did my Claude, my broken Draculaura, the Forbidden Love one. And I've also got these two that I found at my local flea market. Yep, this is a complete Draculaura, only missing her necklace. She's 2010, she's got white elastics and everything. And this Laguna is also 2010 with white elastics. I just redressed her in the fashion pack. Pretty crazy stuff. So the moral of this video is that the flea market's insane, and when you've been collecting as long as I have, so, God, 5 years ago is only 2018. I started collecting in 2013, and I started thrifting, I think, around late 2017, early 2017, I don't know, sometime around then. So I've been thrifting for like 6 years now. So it only makes sense that I'd find some crazy stuff every now and then, especially when Monster High wasn't like mainstream popular, so, you know, it was easier to find insane stuff. But honestly, you never know. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you just waltz into the store, and oh, there you go. Look what's right in front of you. It's Sweet Screams, you know, like something like that could just happen. I'm not even exaggerating. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of fun to just ramble about the stuff I've gotten over the years, because I've gotten a lot over the years. Oh yeah, I got this Ma Monsteristas Invisibility at a flea market recently. $20, not bad. So yeah, feel free to share your luckiest flea market or thrift store finds in the comments below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one.